Reindeers are better than people. Sven, don't you think that's true? Yes, people will beat you and curse you and cheat you. Every one of them's bad except you. Thanks, buddy. But people smell better than reindeer. Sven, don't you think that's right? That's once again true for all except you. You got me, let's call it a night. Good night. Don't let the frost bite. Alright, there we have it. This is going to be a lesson for Reindeers Are Better Than People. And you probably know this from the movie Frozen. It's a great song. It's short, it has a conversational, casual feel, so it's really fun to play. You can kind of just take it slow, and it's natural back and forth. So it's a good one to learn. I'm going to cover the chords. I'm going to cover the picking, strumming, sort of grab, finger picking you do here. I'm also going to cover some of the riffs. The transitions that are tougher. So stay tuned for those, but before I get to those, check out my website, songnotes.cc. You'll find tabs and chords and lyrics for everything I'm about to show you for this song and tons of other songs too. It's my own site. I built it myself. Everything on there is by me and me alone, so it's consistent and very high quality. So let's get to the lesson, shall we? Alright, chord-wise, here are the chords you're going to need. Now, as you see, this is a lot of chords. It's not just a 3-chord song. None of them are too crazy, I'll say. There are a few bar chords though, so you're going to need to know the B minor, the B major, and the F sharp minor. However, with that said, I will say that the chords you see here, this is sort of the traditional common way to play these chords. In this song, moving on to the picking or the strumming, you're not doing a typical strumming pattern. And even when you sort of do a grab strum, right? So you're going to kind of grab with thumb and either the first 2 fingers or the first 3 fingers from the thumb. So you're just going to grab them. That's a D, this is an A, this is a D. So what this means is you only have 3 or 4 fingers you're using, and some of these chords have 6 strings. So you're going to have to play only some of the 6 strings, and that's okay. You don't need to play all 6 strings or 5 strings to make it a full chord. Sometimes you're only going to be playing 2 or 3 of the strings. And you can also be loose between, sometimes the chords will be, you're playing all the strings at once, like a D. Other times you might play the same D by just doing a casual walk up, walk down with your fingers. So there's no wrong or right way to do this. It's very casual. Again, just feel it, play what you can, play what you feel comfortable doing, and you can't really do any wrong there. So keep that in mind. I will say that the D7 chord you're going to play throughout the song, I typically play, instead of doing all 4 strings, the top 4 strings, that's how you normally play it. You're usually only playing the D, G, and B strings. So that's the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string. So keep that in mind. And then for the F sharp minor, I'm going to show you how I play that in the song. It's actually quite a bit different. But let's get to some of those trickier sections, shall we? So one of in the intro, you're going to have this G to a C with a G bass. Now this is a very common chord thing you'll do in a lot of songs where you're going to do. And if you'll notice what I just did there is my fingers pretty much stayed in that G position the whole time. Now you might know G as a chord you play like this, with 3 or 4 fingers. And you can play G like that, but you can also play it, and this is a much simpler way to play it, put your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the low E string, and put your pinky finger on the high E string 3rd fret. And you're going to mute this 5th string. And you're only going to mute it by virtue of dragging this finger across it. So notice how that 5th string doesn't really make a discernible sound. So that means you can strum it, and it's going to sound like a G chord, and it leaves these 2 fingers free to put down like where you would for a C chord. So, and you'll notice a lot of songs do that. So the intro, you're going to go, I'm sorry, I need to do my strumming thing. And this is an A7 chord. Now in the soundtrack version of Frozen, they go, and And it's a very loose, casual strum. I think they only played 2 notes in the actual song, but I kind of do a very slow walk-up, so that's the intro. Pretty straightforward, right? And I'll go through the verse one time and break it all down for you. So it's, reindeers are better than people, D7, and then G, Sven, don't you think I'm right? So this is the F sharp minor. This is the tough part of the song. Now, Sven, don't you think I'm right? And back to a D7. Now, how I would recommend playing this, if you're going to do it the way I'm doing it, is to do the G. For the A, instead of doing the normal A where you're just playing these, second, fret, I'd actually bar it. You're going to play the same notes, but bar it with this finger. And what this is going to do is set you up to go to this F sharp minor, I'm sorry. So the F sharp minor, pretty much you're going to go, it's the top 4 strings only. You're going to be 4th fret, 2nd fret, 2nd fret, 5th fret. So played individually, it'd be. So if you know this is F sharp minor, right? 2, 4, 4, 2, 2, 2. Imagine that you're only playing the highest 4 strings. So that's 4, 2, 2, 2. Okay, 4, 2, 2, 2. And then you're just adding your pinky on this 5th fret, okay? So that's still an F sharp minor chord, but again it's Sven, don't you think that's true? Then you're going to do a quick transition to D7. So Sven, don't you think that's true? Okay, and then E minor, people will A, beat you, and D to B to E major to A to D major, and then to A7. And then you repeat that once more, okay? And then the ending, it's a little bit different. So, you got me, E, let's call it a night, to B minor. Good night, to E major. And then to D, don't let the frost bite, A or A7, doesn't matter. And then D major. And now it's not D7, it's D6. D6 is pretty much what you're playing is D with the 6th tone added on, and you're playing that by barring the 7th, 7th, 7th fret of the first 3 strings and leaving the 4th string open. So play that by itself, make sure you know how it feels. And the way to do this, I find, is to go from this D, and you're just gonna get your index finger barring that 2nd fret, and you can just slide it up. So if you practice that transition, in the actual song then you can go, don't let the frostbite bite. Okay, so again, it's a super casual song. You can kind of get away with a lot of muffing the chords. Have fun with it. I had a great fun learning this one, and I think when you learn it and you listen to yourself, it sounds a lot like you can kind of fake like you know what you're doing, and really you're barely getting to the chords in time. So that's it for it. That's it for this song. If you have any questions, let me know. I would be happy to answer. And thanks for watching this video. Check out my other videos, and of course, check out my website, Song Notes. I have tabs and lyrics for this song and tons of other songs on there as well. I hope that's a helpful resource for you. But I hope you had fun. I hope this was helpful. Glad you watched this far in the video. I really appreciate it. Subscribe. Take care. Bye-bye.